Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to be doing kind of a battle of. I was going to do a two palettes to look video, and then I got looking at the two palettes and the colors in it, and I got to thinking that maybe doing a battle of might be a little bit more appropriate. So today I'm going to be using the Mini Zodiac palette, which is the new Cancer palette that was gifted to me, and I'm going to be putting it up actually against the original Zodiac palette. I watched Lauren May Beauty do a video the other day about, like fall palettes and things like that. She said she was going to pull this out because she finds that some of these shades are more like fall appropriate. I mean, it is September. So what I plan on doing is using the two palettes to create a look, one on one eye, one on the other eye, and then seeing just how similar they actually are, because the shades do look very similar. And in the swatch comparison video, I did talk about some of the similar shades and stuff like that. Some of these colors I might have to mix from the original palette to get similar shades to this, but I think I'm gonna have a pretty easy time getting something similar. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump right in. I'm going to be starting with the Cancer palette, and I will try and use like the same brushes on both eyes. I do have my little JCat color switch thing here, and this is what it says on the bottom. Anyways, so I'm going to start off with the very first shade up here, which is this like peachy shade. I did like blush, bronzer, highlight, lip color. I did put black in my waterline and a neutral color in my, I did black up here and then neutral down here, and I did use my JCat brow product. Brow pencil, whichever. I'm not going to do corrector and concealer today. I just didn't feel like it. And I'm wearing a combination of lip colors. I've got a Wet n Wild lipstick, and then I've got the BH Vanya liquid lipstick over it, so hopefully it won't completely destroy my lips. You're going to see now that when I did my upper waterline black liner that it did transfer down to the bottom. So I put nude on first and then I used the black. Maybe I should have done the black and then the nude, but oh well. Alright, so taking my little JCat, I'm going to dust this brush off. I'm going to go into the Aquarius matte shade. It's not quite as peachy as the other one. Okay, I take that back. It looks almost identical on the eye. This is why I like doing these battle ofs, because some things look a certain way in the pan, and then when you swatch them out, they look completely different. But when you put them on the eye, it tells a whole different story. Yeah, this eye did the same thing with the dark. It's like it stuck to my bottom rim and transferred color. So just to show you, here's the first two colors. One is definitely more peachy than the other, but they're pretty similar. All right. I think I'm going to go into this darker brown here and just kind of deepen this up a little bit. These will end up being like neutral eye looks. And I'm going ever so slightly, light pressure, just kind of like dusting it on my lid. I just kind of want a wash of color. I don't want like kabam kind of pigment. Now I'm going to go into the Pisces matte shade, and it's a lot warmer and a lot darker. I just heard glass go tink. I wonder what the hell the cats are doing now. Sometimes if you just want a hint of color, holding your brush down towards the end and doing very light, like feathery motions, will put the color down, but it like shears it out so that it's just a hint of color. And this is a much darker shade. and it's got like a purplish brown hue to it. So to try and match that, I'm going to go back into this one. This is more of a cool toned brown, whereas the other one's definitely a warm toned brown. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pick these two colors up and swatch them after I decorate my nose on the back of my hand, so that way you can see the colors that we're working with. So there's the first 4 shades, and I'll do like a close-up of those when I get done. Now for like shimmery shades, I want to use this like bluish color here, and I'm going to be taking the Aries shimmer out of the original palette, but because these are super sheer and the other palette isn't, this is a dry brush. And can you say hello to all the fallout? Okay, I'm going to take that shade off. I'm going to tap once, twice into the Aries shade, and then I'm going to tap once into the Taurus shade next to it to try and lighten it up a little bit. All right, I'm going to swatch those colors for you. Now the next shade that I saw is this shade here, and it's like my problem child shade, but I think if I mix like Pisces and Virgo, I can get this shade. So again, dry brush. This one I kind of have to like really kind of work onto the brush. And all of these are like topper shades. They're super sheer. And I have to be very careful using the original palette because the original palette shimmers are like completely different. This is just like a nice peachy with a hint of copper wash of color with like pink and orange glitter in it. All right, taking that off, I'm going to go into Pisces and Virgo. I'm going to tap this on my hand to like kind of press it into the brush. I'm going to pick up a touch of Scorpio because it's got that like copper hint to it. It's definitely a lot more opaque. All right, so the next shade is this one here. It is the third shade in, and it's like the champagne-y color. I'm going to put this up here. And on my inner corner. And because I'm already dealing with fallout, which I will show you in a minute, I'm going to go ahead and tap this over the center. Now, the shade that looks like this is a combination of Leo and Virgo. So again, I'm going to pick up those two shades and then press it on my hand to try and like work the colors into the brush. Let me go ahead and swatch these colors. Okay, so this one here, I'm gonna grab Pisces and Scorpio, and I'm gonna put them both on my hand in the same spot. And then grab a little bit of Taurus, because I kind of used all three to make that color. And then for the other shade I just put on, and I get my fingers clean, I used this one here. And then I mixed Virgo and Leo. And no, we're not done yet. I'm going to use one more color out of this palette. And then I will show you all of the fallout all over my face and show you one side versus the other so you can see the difference in fallout. Same brush, silver shade. Now I'm going into the Gemini shimmer shade. Alright, so this is the Gemini shimmer, and then the other palette shimmer. Let me zoom you in so I can show you the eye looks up close, all of the fallout before I cleaned it off, and the swatches on my hand. Alright, so here are all the colors side by side. There's the silvery shade, the first four colors we used, and the pink shade, and then the little spots where I mixed color. So there's all the comparable shades. This is the side that is the original Zodiac, and then the eye look. Yes, I have a little bit of fallout down here. And then this is the Cancer palette. See all of the fallout here and all over my face, which is why I didn't do concealer or corrector. And then this eye look, while I wipe some of the stuff off my face. This eye's just really right here. And then here are both eyes together. I still have glitter on my face. All right, now one final test for these two palettes is the center shade. This one here is more like a white silvery base. I still have fallout all over the side of my face. I've got glitter all under my nose. Now to take this off. Going into this one. I think this one has a hint more yellow in it. It's more like the Jawbreaker shade from the Jeffree Star palette. I have something. Okay, now I'm gonna throw in some mascara. What do you guys think? I mean, do you think that these are, I mean, to me, if I was out in public and you saw me with this, would you know that they were two different eye looks? Okay, so I had a little bit of a mascara issue. Yeah, I blinked and stabbed myself in the eye, so I went ahead and cleaned up all of the mascara. I ended up getting mascara on this lid, what it easily, you know, it wiped off with a Q-tip. But the other eye was actually a complete disaster. I had mascara from inner to outer under eye and on my lid. And so yeah, clean that up, reapplied the shades using the Cancer palette, and now my eye's itching because I think I have shimmer shade in it, or a shimmer shade in it. I like the look. Not happy that I stabbed myself in the eye with the mascara, but it is what it is. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Do you think these are close enough to pass? I mean, if you have the big palette, do you really need the little one? I mean, the shades are very similar. Yes, the big palette is much warmer, but I mean, if I can mix 2 shades to get one of these, do you really need this little one? Especially with how sheer these are. I mean, I'm just trying to find alternatives for people that really want this palette, that might not necessarily like the fact that it's so sheer, that it's topper shades, that 90% of the palette is so sheer, like very, very, very sheer. I usually have to get my brush super wet and then turn the eyeshadows into like a cream or a liquid formula in order to get them to even show up on my eyes. So I don't know how many looks I've done so far with this palette. Let's see, the initial video was 2, the calm down version of it was 2. I did 2 neutral looks that are work appropriate, and then this one, so that's what, 7 so far I've done with this palette. You can get some very pretty looks out of it, but don't expect them to be like very impactful. Don't expect them to be super like bold and punchy. Like this eye here, you can see it. But this one here, it's nice, it's pretty, it's got a sheen to it. This one here is metallic. It stands out a lot more. In my opinion, it's prettier. Even going in with a very, very, very light hand, putting the shadows on sheerly, it still has more than this eye. So it's like, what do you like? Do you want something that's gonna be more metallic, more reflective, more shimmery, more bold? Or do you want something that's kind of more muted, that's shimmery but less impactful? It really is up to personal taste on this. So I'm Rebecca Oberstadt. This is a battle of comparing the BH Cosmetics Original Zodiac palette to the new Cancer Mini Zodiac palette. So let me know your thoughts down below. I do have at least one giveaway going on right now. I will leave the video link to that in the description box. So I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. I'm Rebecca Oberstadt. Have a great day or night wherever you are. Bye.